painting on this. My name is Caroline, and please make sure you like and subscribe to my videos. You will definitely see a lot of videos about trying different types of artwork using the supplies that you have. And with this painting, it started out with watercolor, and now I am switching over to acrylic. I would like to try to finish this. I would like to see what it looks like when it's done. But I am not liking watercolor. I am not feeling like I'm connecting with it. So if you want to follow me on my journey of figuring out what my niche is, figuring out what supplies I want to use more often, please hit the like and subscribe button and give this a follow. Alright, this is looking much better. It's the solid background that I'm looking for. I'm going to start doing the leaves next, and I'm going to start with like a lighter color of green, and then we would go from there. I'm still going through my paints and trying to see which ones still need to be thrown away, which ones are getting old. So we'll see how many I end up tossing with this type of painting. Much brighter, much more of the green I'm looking for. So I'm gonna keep doing that. So I'm drawing or painting in this green. And then the smaller ones, I'm gonna get a different brush. What's nice about this is the paper I used is thick, and the and you could paint over watercolor. And then if I don't like this acrylic colors, then I could go over it. So I think for right now, because I didn't have a clear idea with what I wanted for this painting, I like the idea that I could I think some of this is starting to look a little bit better, and the flower just isn't quite what I'm looking for, but I think maybe if I add some highlights on it towards the end, it might be a little bit closer. But I'm not enjoying this painting like I expected. I think a lot of it is because I rushed a little bit, and then I didn't have time to work on it, and I just made a mistake on how I went about doing this one. I also know that before I started, I was really in between of, should I do color pencil? Should I do paint? Should I do watercolor? What should I do? And I think I should have been a lot clearer in my mind what my intention was, which medium I wanted to use first. But we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep seeing what this painting ends up looking like. There is always an ugly part to the painting. There's always a part where the painting finally comes alive and it's finally looking more like the way you wanted it. So let's hope that we will discover that with this painting as well. But I'm going to finish the blue, and then maybe I will get to maybe the stems next. Okay, all the green is set in, so I'm going to let that dry. I am now going to go towards the orange and the red flowers and the purple. So I'm going to start refining the edges of those flowers, and the green is starting to get dry, so shouldn't have too much of a problem, but it is getting a little bit more like what I envisioned. So getting closer, it's getting warmer, so good vibes there. So let me turn my attention to the orange color at this point. probably going to work on the yellow flowers next and get in back into the green stems with a darker color, and then finish it off with the berries, the stems of berries that I put in here, and then that might be it. So let me do the yellow flowers now. Okay, I have the stems done, and now I'm going to work on getting the berries in, and I think I'm going to use my pointed dot tools for that instead of a brush. So let me get the color out and then I'll get back to doing that. Okay, so there's a few spots that I'm going to just cover with blue because I feel it's too crowded. So let me grab my blue and I'm just going to go over it. And it just opens up that space a little bit better. And same with this one. And I could always go back over it with more blue after it dries if it still needs it. But this might do, it might be okay like this. I have my tool. This is my stipple dot tool for paint, and I dip it into paint, and then I'm just going to start putting dots on it. I'm picking a light color. I'm thinking a darker color would just blend in too much, maybe make it look a little muddy. So just kind of going over the dots that's already there. This painting has come together so much nicer that I switched the paint over to acrylic from watercolor. And if you watched one of the videos when I first started this, I was coloring it in with color pencils for a moment. And the reason why I did not continue with color pencil was I just did not feel like I just didn't want it to be a color pencil. I mean, there's no other thought process behind it other than I just did not like the idea of it. Okay, now I'm gonna have to put some stems in some places still, but this is so much nicer. It is so much more attractive. I really like the color of these dots. It just enhances the painting so much more. So let me put in some more stems, and then I have to fix the bee, and then I am done with this painting. Okay, everyone, this is the final of this painting. I am pleased with it as how it turned out. I did complete it. There's a lot of mistakes I made. The first mistake was at the beginning when I could not decide if I wanted to color pencil or watercolor or use acrylic painting. for this. It ended up being where I got my acrylic paints out, and that helped to redefine the shapes and create this story of this bee on the flower in this garden. So my intention wasn't set very well, so that was one mistake. Another mistake was not picking this the medium the right way from the beginning. And my other mistake would be that I waited too long to work on this. When I first started working on it, I had the intention I would do a little bit every day, but my work schedule and the stress level that I was under would not allow that. I crashed at the end of the day. So I started with a big project, and it just fell apart for me. I just was not motivated. But I decided today I was going to work on it. I was going to finish it because my focus is to work on things so I could figure out what my niche is, figure out what my process is, and get back to art. I've done art therapy with clients for so long that I am not used to sitting down and creating a story for myself. So I appreciate you watching this video. If you made it to the end, please comment. Tell me about the times where a painting didn't go so well for you and what you did for it. And please make sure you like and subscribe. And I thank you for the new subscribers that I got within the last week or two. I appreciate that. And there will be more videos to come. You have a good day. Bye.